Wolfpack Nation, welcome back to another episode, part 2 of the Jayden Scott interview. In the first part, we talked a little bit of his recruitment and kind of what brought him to NC State. This episode, we'll talk a little bit more about that. We'll talk some about his class of 2024 commits to see who he's talked to. And then we'll do a little rapid fire, a little fun questions and see what makes him tick and what he's into. So getting right into it, we'll just go back, start on the class of 2024. You are the fourth player that we've interviewed. I think we're up to 5 commits now. If my math is good, it's sometimes not good, and I'm getting kind of old. But we've interviewed, just to kind of break it down for you. We've interviewed Kenan Lewis, Assad Brown, your backfield mate in quarterback Cedric Bailey, and he had lots of great things to say about you. That he's been talking to you, and you guys have been hyping each other up and kind of being the lead cheerleaders, if you will, or lead recruiters from the class to get some more players involved. Just talk to me about that and your fellow classmates of 24.
We've definitely been on the recruiting run. You know, like CJ said, we've talked, and before I committed, we talked a lot. You know, I asked him about it. We've seen each other at like OT7 tournament for 7-on-7. You know, made sure we talked to each other. What I've been doing, trying to get some of the receivers on board, like Alex Taylor. I've been talking to Alex Taylor and just, hoping he can come along. An interesting one is Drew Miller, a punter. I've been on him, trying to get him, got to show love to special teams. Coach Goble,
right?
special teams coordinator.
They win more ball games than anybody.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Now, I know, speaking of that, I know you have a big weekend coming up in June. I know you'll be for your official visit. I want to say it's June 16th, 19th, somewhere
something, 16, 18th, something like
that.
Yeah,
I can't remember. But a lot of those guys that you just mentioned are going to be there that weekend, so hopefully that'll be a good time for you to you guys to bond and talk, and like you said, maybe give them a little to get on board. But so you did say you've taken 2 unofficial visits, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about the campus. What are some of the things that kind of just, again, you talked about the facilities and you liked everything, the coaches being top notch, but again, you mentioned in that first episode that academics has played such a very big role in where you wanted to go. So just talk to me about what you've seen on campus, what you liked, what kind of drew you in, maybe some of those facilities.
Well, the campus in general, it gives a great feel. It's like almost like a natural vibe. Like there's a lot of trees, a lot of scenery. It's very scenic. And like on an engineering standpoint, they have a lot of cool stuff. Like I think they have the tunnel where you can sit on one end and talk across and hear the guy perfectly, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
And I think they said they have a nuclear reactor, like just a lot. It's like a big engineering hub almost. And then the library is amazing. That's
insane, isn't it?
Insane. I love that library.
They have documentaries about it, and plus, I mean, you can go to the library and get ice cream too. That's pretty cool, right? I'm a big guy. I like to eat. I'd be an offensive lineman, but that's awesome. And so, in your limited time on campus, do you already have a favorite spot, like somewhere where you're like, okay, I can see myself just chilling here, like you said, getting that good vibe on?
Definitely the library, and like you said, the ice cream. There's the student center, and I think they make like NC State makes it some of the best ice cream I've ever had.
Okay,
so.
All right, you're speaking my love language now, there, Jayden. So you did try it. That was gonna be one of my rapid fire questions. Okay,
I did try it.
What did you have in particular flavor that you liked, or you just
cookies and cream?
Oh, cookies.
Cannot miss cookies and cream.
All right, so you're a Southern boy. Do you like banana pudding naturally?
No, I don't. I don't even like sweet tea, which is actually insane to hear.
No, it's okay. I don't like sweet tea either, so don't feel bad. We're still cool. All right. So, are you a Bojangles guy?
No.
No. Okay.
Chick-fil-A, maybe Popeyes occasionally.
Okay. Yeah, I'm with you too. I think we're becoming best friends now. I'm not a big Popeyes guy. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I like Popeyes. I love the Chick-fil-A. Bojangles, whatever. Yeah, I'm with you there. Cool. So, all right, so let's do some rapid fire, and then we'll come back to state. Favorite NFL team?
Seattle Seahawks.
Ooh, that's a little bit out west. Is there any particular reason why the Seahawks?
Well, I started like really paying attention to football when I was like 8-ish. That's when they kind of were going on their run. Legion
Okay.
of Boom, Marshawn
Yeah.
Lynch, all that good
Yeah, for
stuff.
sure. Okay.
So that was the start. Then I loved their colors. So
Okay.
as a
Yeah,
kid,
they
and I
got
just
solid
stuck with them.
colors. Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's funny how like when I was growing up, like I pulled from like you're a Georgia guy, so I thought maybe Atlanta, maybe Carolina, but okay, all right. I mean, let's be real. Atlanta's kind of stunk for a little bit, so other than that
After
one
that
Super
Super
Bowl
Bowl,
run. Yeah,
uh,
exactly. I get it. I get it. Uh, do you have a favorite player in the NFL right now?
Nick Chubb. So now we're going
Okay,
to
running back.
Georgia.
Now you're staying with Georgia. Yeah. Okay.
Nick Chubb.
Okay. I like it. I like it. Uh, all right. Favorite sport not named football.
Hmm. It depends because to watch, I would say more of like a hockey-ish sport, like
Okay.
boxing or UFC. But
Okay.
playing wise, I kind of like tennis.
Okay. Do you know the NC State women just won the ACC tournament for the first time?
I think I seen that. I was like, that's
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah, we got a good tennis program too. So, yeah, it's a good vibe over there too. Okay, here's one: NCAA football or Madden.
NCAA football for sure.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
no question.
Not even a hesitation. Now, next year when you come on campus, you could potentially be in that game. So,
That's crazy.
right. You don't even have to make it. Like they're gonna make it for you. Uh, when you play that game, what would your rating be if you gave yourself a rating?
Coming in as a freshman, maybe a 72.
Okay. 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 All right. Hey, at least you were honest with it. So look. I would have just said 99. Like that's just me though. I'm not modest like you. So, uh, let's see. Um, favorite food?
Shrimp linguine, pasta.
Shrimp linguine. Okay, that's interesting. Is your mom a good cook
She is a good
or
cook.
dad? I don't want to because I cook too. I cook well too. So
They
I cook
both cook very well.
I cook better than my wife, but she didn't hear that. So okay, cool. So you were talking about computers. You were talking about your computer gaming. Is it like a Fortnite? Is it like is it something like that, or is it sports? Like what's your e game like?
It's a plethora of everything. A lot
Plethora. I
of
love that word. I use that word all
yes,
the time. I
it's a
love it.
great word.
It's a great word.
So a little Fortnite, a little Call of Duty. We have like
Okay.
Fall Guys. We have a chess tournament occasionally. Like we just
Okay.
a lot of random stuff, but we
Okay.
make it work. We're on our machines a lot.
Okay. All
Before
right.
we continue, I want to take a quick second to tell you about our sponsor, Flightland's Jessup Insurance Group, that has your whole world covered, with agents in 5 offices throughout eastern North Carolina to help you decide how much coverage you need. Offering policies for home and auto, recreational vehicles, commercial, crop, health, life, and employee benefits. They are able to combine options to find a comprehensive solution that works for you. Flightland's Jessup protects the things you love so you can spend less time worrying and more time enjoying them. Find them on Facebook and Instagram at Flightlands Jessup. You can also visit their webpage at www.flatlandsjessup.com. So please make sure to go and check them out.
All right. Now I do have one bone to pick with you. I'm gonna need you to change those lights in the background to red.
Okay,
Can they be changed?
let's see.
Let's
Hope
see. Can we do it?
I don't know
I
if
don't
it's gonna
know.
mess up my lighting.
If it does, it does. I'll own it.
Okay, the remote is not.
It's all right if it doesn't. It's okay.
Let's see. I don't think so.
Technology never works when you. I mean, you like computers. You know, technology doesn't work when you want it to work.
It doesn't want to turn on like
No,
when you need it to, so
that's right.
it's all good.
No, it is all good. So when you were talking, like, what are some of your goals? Because this is a big year for you for your high school career. But what are just some of the goals that you want to accomplish, either personal or team goals or both?
Going into the year as a senior, I've of course, I want my individual goals to be all right, but I'm
Sure.
really worried about team goals as we're trying to get the first state championship that we've had in school history,
Okay.
and we went semis last year, so we think this year we have the talent to go all the way. A lot of returners, a lot of a whole lines returning, so that's the main
So,
goal.
so you really that's you really want to leave a legacy, is what you're kind of getting at, is kind of set that standard for the program to kind of keep it
Yes,
moving in
sir.
that direction. That's really cool. Uh, just when you were talking with the coaches at State, did they tell you anything to work on, or they just kind of were just like, hey, look, go do well in your senior year, stay healthy, and then when you get to campus, we'll get you going.
Definitely the later option. They pretty much were saying, do what you do. Of course, you need to run track. That's a must, mandatory, and have a great season. Stay healthy, and when you get on campus, it's time to work.
Yeah. So speaking of, I didn't know how to tie this in, so you actually did a nice job there. I saw that you ran a 10.8 in the 100 meter. Is that still your personal best score or time, or have you gotten a little bit better on that?
It's still my personal best. I've
Okay.
gotten down, like I stay around 10.9, 10.8, so
Okay.
just gotta
That's
gotta drive down a little bit.
yeah, for sure. So you were you were talking about track, and I know track is a spring sport. Is the goal for you to do an early enrollee once everything's done, or are you going to do your track and then come to campus?
I'm definitely gonna be an early enrollee, just so I can get the playbook quicker, all that. Just hopefully get a chance to get on the field as early as possible.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool. I know we've had a lot of success with early enrollees, and I know that's probably something that you want to get at least get those 5 games in your freshman year. If not, if you burn the red shirt, then that's one thing. If not, then that's no big deal either. Kind of the last couple of questions I had for you. Is your plan, because I know you had your unofficial and you'll have your official in June. Are you any plans to come to a game this fall?
I
And I
definitely
know,
do
yeah. I
for
know
some game
schedules
day.
sometimes don't always match up with your playing schedule plus state schedule, but I was just curious. But when you were choosing NC State, was one of the big things, because when looking at your final 7, was a big thing about kind of being close to home, but not super close, but close enough to where your family could come see you play.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
It's a lot. Of course, a lot went into it, but like you said, location, relative. Like a lot of people can still come. It's 5.5 hour drive, so a lot of people can still come to the games,
yeah.
and they gave me a lot of the benefits of a lot of other schools.
The one nice thing about football is usually on Saturday, so it makes travel a lot easier. It's not like a sport where you have a Tuesday night game. So,
Yes, sir.
all right, I got 2 questions before we wrap it up. Uh, what what is your feel like? There's so much going on with the stadium and like just running through that tunnel. Kind of what are your thoughts about that first time that you're going to kind of put on the college pads and run through that tunnel there at Carter Finley, and just like like how much have you, since you've committed, how much have you like maybe had some dreams about it, kind of just get lost in thought? Like what are your, I don't know, because I can't imagine the vibe that I would be having with that. Like I've had the luxury of standing in the tunnel as the players ran out, and I got hyped, and I'm not even putting on the uniform. But just kind of talk to me about that.
It's actually crazy. Like I've thought about playing in front of the fan base, but like you just kind of put in my mind, you actually have to run through the tunnel, put the pads on. It's almost surreal. Like
Right.
it's just like you don't really think about it. Of course, you play in front of however many fans in high school and youth ball, whatever. But like going to, I think what the capacity is like 36,000 or something crazy in that sense. Just
For
going
for
in
for where for Finley?
for Carter Finley,
Oh, it's actually 50, almost 57,000.
50, a lot more
Yeah.
than that.
Yeah, but it's hard
Crazy.
to imagine, right? Because you just see it on TV, and it's like, oh, that's cute or whatever. But just to hear 57,000 people screaming and just going berserk, because that's what we do. But so speaking of the fans, and this will be my last question when we wrap it up here. What is the one message that you want to convey to the fan base? Because we're a pretty rabid fan base, and we love our athletes and we love our players and everything that they do. But what is your message to them for when, like, what can they expect from you? What are you going to just bring to the table that we can love and appreciate?
I would say I would bring playmaking potential. I think every time I touch the ball, I have a chance to at least get an explosive play out of it. So for me, I would say expect a playmaker. from our class as a whole, I think we're gonna have a great class, and all of us are ready to work. So I think we'll have a very efficient class as a 2024 class in whole.
That's all you can ask for, right? Is just a max effort, and then whatever happens on the field is happens. But you know at the end of the day that you've given it all, and we as fans, that's all we expect. Obviously you want more wins than losses, but when you know that a player or a team has left it all on the field or court or whatever it may be, we can all go home and say, you know what, we got our money's worth. And I think that's the relationship that it needs to be between the fan and the athlete. So, all right, Jayden Duke Scott, I appreciate all your time. We are excited to have you come in next year, and we're thrilled that you chose to run with the pack. Yeah, let's throw up the Wolves. I don't know.
Yes,
I
sir.
think you did it at your announcement. So we'll give another one. And as always, Wolfpack Nation, you can go follow Jayden in all of his social media. We'll definitely have that in the description. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications. Follow us on Twitter at Tuffy Talk Now. And as always, Jayden, let's do it. Go Pack.
Yes, sir. Go Pack.